Franco Colapinto's journey into the world of motorsport began in the suburbs of Buenos Aires, Argentina, where his family's support and belief in his talent laid the foundation for his rise. Growing up in a country with a rich motorsport heritage, thanks to legends like Juan Manuel Fangio and Carlos Reutemann, Franco was surrounded by stories of Argentina's glory days in Formula One. However, by the time Franco was born in 2003, Argentina's presence in international motorsport had waned, and the road to Formula One seemed like a distant dream for a young boy from a middle-class family. Franco's father, Guillermo, was the first to notice his son's natural affinity for speed. Although not a professional racer, Guillermo had a passion for motorsport, which he passed on to Franco. It began with small, recreational karting sessions when Franco was just a child, but it soon became clear that this was more than just a hobby. His mother, Marcella, while more cautious, supported Franco's budding passion, understanding that her son had something special. The family recognized his potential early, and from then on, karting became a central part of their lives. However, pursuing a career in motorsport was far from easy, especially for a family living in Argentina. Racing is a notoriously expensive sport, and the Colapintos did not come from wealth. The cost of equipment, karting fees, and travel quickly added up. Argentina's economic struggles during the early 2000s made it even harder to justify the significant financial investment needed for Franco's development. Yet, Guillermo and Marcelo were determined not to let their son's talent go unnoticed. They made countless sacrifices, cutting back on personal luxuries and pouring everything they could into Franco's racing career. Guillermo often worked long hours and stretched the family's resources to their limits to ensure Franco had the opportunity to compete. Culturally, the challenges of breaking into European-dominated motorsport were also significant. Argentina had a passionate motorsport fan base, but the local racing scene could only take Franco so far. To make it to Formula One, he needed to compete in Europe, where most of the top racing teams and opportunities existed. For the Colapinto family, this meant uprooting Franco from his familiar surroundings and finding ways to finance a move to Europe, something that seemed almost impossible at the time. In 2018, at just 15 years old, Franco's big break came when he had the chance to race in Spain's Formula 4 championship. It was a pivotal moment, but also a massive leap of faith for the family. Moving to Europe meant they had to face the harsh realities of living far from home while navigating the financial burdens of competing in junior formulae. Sponsorship, a critical part of funding a young driver's career, was difficult to secure. Unlike many European or North American drivers who had access to well-established sponsorship networks, Franco had to prove himself on a much smaller budget. Despite these challenges, Franco's talent was undeniable. His family's unwavering support and the sacrifices they made allowed him to continue racing and competing at a high level. His success in Formula 4, where he won races and finished as the runner-up in his rookie season, showed that the Colapinto family's efforts were paying off. Franco's impressive performances began to draw attention from teams and sponsors in Europe, slowly easing the financial pressure on his family. In every race Franco entered, he carried the weight of not only his dreams, but also the sacrifices his family had made. His parents' belief in him was the driving force behind his early successes, and the values they instilled in him, hard work, humility, and resilience, became crucial elements of his competitive mindset. The financial and cultural obstacles of being an Argentinian in the European racing scene were steep, but with his family's support, Franco Colapinto managed to carve out a path, slowly but surely inching closer to his ultimate goal, Formula One. Franco Colapinto was born on May 27, 2003, in Pilar, a town located just outside the bustling capital city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. From an early age, Franco showed a curiosity for speed and machines, traits that would later define his life as a racing driver. Growing up in a motorsport-loving family, Franco was surrounded by stories of Argentina's racing legends like Juan Manuel Fangio and Carlos Reutemann. These stories, told by his father Guillermo, ignited a spark in Franco from a very young age. His family's love for motorsport, combined with his own growing interest, made it only a matter of time before Franco found himself behind the wheel. His first real experience with racing came when he was just 6 years old, when his father took him to a local karting track. It was a simple outing meant to be for fun, but Franco's immediate connection to the kart was undeniable. For most children, karting is about the joy of driving, but Franco demonstrated something more, an unusual level of focus and instinct for racing lines, even at that young age. His natural ability to control the kart, coupled with a fearless attitude toward speed, made it clear to his family that this was not just a passing interest. Franco had a passion that was rare to see in such a young child, and his journey toward professional motorsport began that day. Within a short time, Franco was competing in local karting competitions. His father, Guillermo, became his biggest supporter, dedicating weekends and evenings to nurturing Franco's talent. Karting was where Franco's competitive spirit truly started to shine. He displayed a natural feel for the track, knowing when to push hard and when to conserve, even in tight racing situations. These early races revealed traits that set him apart from other young drivers. Franco was fast, yes, but what made him special was his calmness under pressure. While others would lose focus or make mistakes during heated battles, Franco thrived in those moments. His ability to maintain control while fighting for position was a skill that gave him an edge. As Franco progressed through the local karting scene, his results began to speak for themselves. He consistently finished at the front of the field, winning races and championships across Argentina. His early success was built on his ability to read the race better than his peers. He had an almost instinctive understanding of how to maximize his kart's performance. Whether it was mastering corner exits, managing tire wear, or outthinking opponents, Franco displayed a maturity on the track that went beyond his years. By the time he was 10, Franco was already one of Argentina's top young karting talents, and it was clear that his potential extended far beyond the national level. However, the next step, breaking into the international karting scene, was a significant leap, especially for a young driver from Argentina, where the path to professional motorsport was not as well-defined as it was in Europe. Nonetheless, Franco's determination, combined with his family's belief in his abilities, pushed him forward. In 2016, Franco's talent earned him the opportunity to compete in Europe, the epicenter of the karting world. This was a pivotal moment in his early career. Racing in Europe was a major challenge, as it meant competing against the best young drivers in the world, many of whom had the advantage of better resources and experience in international competitions. But Franco rose to the occasion. Racing in various European karting championships, he proved that his talent was not just limited to local circuits in Argentina. His performances in Europe further highlighted his raw speed, strategic thinking, and adaptability, all while facing tougher competition. One of the most defining moments of Franco's karting career came during the 2018 OK Junior World Championship. Competing against the brightest young talents from across the globe, Franco demonstrated that he had the skills to compete at the highest level of junior racing. His precision, smooth driving style, and competitive hunger were now on full display. These experiences in the pressure cooker of international karting laid the foundation for what would come next in his journey. Franco's karting years were where his love for racing truly blossomed, and they solidified his reputation as a rising star. His natural talent, combined with a fearless racing attitude and his ability to learn from every race, set him apart. Franco's early years were not just about building a career, they were about developing the mindset of a champion. His determination, patience, and ability to handle setbacks with grace would all become key attributes as he began to transition to single-seater racing, setting him on a path toward professional stardom. Franco Colapinto's transition from karting in Argentina to making a name for himself on the international stage was marked by a blend of exceptional talent and perseverance. Having shown tremendous promise in local and European karting championships, Franco knew that his next step would be crucial. He had already demonstrated his ability to compete with the best young drivers in the world, but his move to single-seater racing would define his future career in motorsport. In 2018, Franco made the leap to the Spanish Formula 4 Championship. For many drivers, Formula 4 is the first taste of competitive single-seater racing, where young talents prove whether they have the skill and adaptability to progress up the motorsport ladder. Franco wasted no time making an impact. Driving for DriveX, he stunned the paddock by winning the first race of the season, an impressive achievement for a rookie. Over the course of the season, Franco's performances were nothing short of remarkable. He claimed 11 wins, 13 pole positions, and 13 fastest laps, securing the championship with style. It was a statement to the racing world that he was more than just a karting star, he was a genuine force in single-seaters. Franco's formula for success opened doors to greater opportunities in European motorsport. In 2019, he stepped up to the highly competitive Formula Renault Eurocup, a championship known for producing Formula One talent. Racing with MP Motorsport, Franco faced a steep learning curve, going up against more experienced drivers. Yet, he quickly proved he could compete at this level, finishing on the podium multiple times, including a standout win at Monza. His adaptability and raw speed once again shone through, and his racecraft continued to impress the motorsport community. In 2020, Franco took another step up in his career, competing in the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand, a winter series known for attracting top young drivers looking to hone their skills during the European off-season. Franco seized the opportunity, winning the opening race and finishing third in the championship overall. His success in this series further cemented his reputation as a rising star. He displayed not only his speed but also his maturity, learning how to compete in diverse conditions and against more seasoned competitors. Later that year, Franco returned to Europe to race in the Formula Renault Eurocup again. This time, he finished third in the championship, showing consistent growth as a driver. His performances caught the attention of the motorsport community, and his ability to perform in high-pressure situations highlighted his potential to move even further up the ladder. The 2021 season marked another pivotal moment in Franco's career when he transitioned to the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Competing with MP Motorsport, Franco continued to show his adaptability and determination, securing a handful of podium finishes and proving that he could succeed in increasingly competitive fields. His consistent results, coupled with his ability to extract the maximum from the car, drew further interest from higher-level teams. Franco's standout moments in these junior categories did not go unnoticed. In 2022, he made his debut in the prestigious FIA Formula 3 Championship, one of the final steps before Formula One. Racing for Van Amersfoort Racing, Franco faced the most intense competition of his career but once again rose to the occasion. In his rookie season, he secured a pole position at the season opener in Bahrain and won his first Formula 3 race at Monza, a track that had already become special to him. His performances in Formula 3 showcased his growing maturity as a driver and his ability to perform under pressure on a global stage. It was during these years of impressive results in junior formulae that Franco's name began circulating in the inner circles of Formula One. His blend of raw talent, strategic intelligence, and race-winning ability made him a standout among the next generation of drivers. These qualities, combined with his Argentine heritage, brought renewed attention to a country that had not seen a Formula One driver since the days of Carlos Reutemann. In 2023, Franco's hard work and success were rewarded with a significant breakthrough, his association with Williams Racing as part of their driver academy. Joining the academy was a major milestone in his career, putting him on the path toward Formula One. Williams, one of the most historic teams in the sport, saw in Franco a driver with the potential to not only succeed in Formula One but to be a key part of their future. Franco's journey from karting in Argentina to the Williams Driver Academy is a testament to his talent, adaptability, and resilience. He navigated financial and cultural challenges, proving time and again that he could rise to the occasion. His association with Williams now places him on the doorstep of Formula One, and the motorsport community continues to watch closely as this young Argentinian driver edges closer to his ultimate dream. Franco Colapinto's journey up the racing ladder has been anything but easy. Like many young drivers, his path to the top was filled with challenges and setbacks that tested his mental toughness, resilience, and hunger for success. From financial difficulties to tough competition, Colapinto faced several moments that could have derailed his career. Yet, each obstacle he encountered only seemed to sharpen his resolve and fueled his determination to reach the highest levels of motorsport. One of the earliest challenges Colapinto faced was the financial strain of racing in Europe. Coming from Argentina, a country with limited financial support for motorsport, Franco's family had to make significant sacrifices to fund his career. Unlike many of his European counterparts, who had access to well-established sponsorship networks, Franco had to fight for every opportunity, often racing with smaller budgets and limited resources. This reality put additional pressure on him to perform consistently, as any poor result could jeopardize his future. However, rather than let this weigh him down, Franco used this as motivation to push harder, understanding that every race was an opportunity to prove himself. His first real test came in the highly competitive Formula Renault Eurocup. After an impressive rookie season, Colapinto entered the 2020 season with high expectations. However, despite his undeniable talent, the competition was fierce, and consistency became a challenge. He experienced races where he struggled to find the pace, missing out on podium finishes in crucial moments. While he managed to finish third in the championship, it was a season that tested his mental toughness. The demands of balancing development, adjusting to changing conditions, and competing against well-funded teams pushed him to his limits. It was during this time that Franco learned to embrace adversity, using the disappointments to refine his craft and approach each race with more focus and precision. The transition to the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand was another pivotal moment for Franco. Competing halfway across the world in unfamiliar conditions, he faced stiff competition from drivers who had more experience in the championship. During the series, there were races where Franco found himself struggling to adapt to the different car setups and track conditions. Despite winning the opening race and finishing third in the championship, there were moments of frustration, especially when mechanical issues or strategic errors led to missed podiums. These setbacks were tough to handle, but Franco responded by doubling down on his preparation, focusing on the technical aspects of his driving, and ensuring that each race became a learning experience. This resilience, combined with his ability to adapt quickly, allowed him to emerge from the series with more confidence. Perhaps one of the most difficult seasons for Franco was his 2021 campaign in the Formula Regional European Championship. Racing with MP Motorsport, he entered the season with high hopes but soon found that consistent results were hard to come by. He had flashes of brilliance, including several podiums, but technical issues and on-track incidents plagued his season. There were races where Franco felt he had the pace to win but was denied by mechanical failures or race incidents outside of his control. These moments were especially tough because they highlighted how unpredictable motorsport could be, where even the best drivers could fall victim to circumstances beyond their control. Franco handled these setbacks with maturity, refusing to let frustration take over. Instead, he focused on improving his mental approach, learning to control what he could and letting go of what he could not. The toughest challenge, however, came during his FIA Formula 3 debut season in 2022. Formula 3 is notorious for being one of the most competitive and unforgiving junior categories. Racing for Van Amersfoort Racing, Franco entered a highly competitive field, often battling against drivers with more resources and experience. Early in the season, despite securing a pole position in Bahrain, his luck seemed to falter. Mechanical issues, race incidents, and strategic missteps led to several missed opportunities for podiums and wins. There were moments when it seemed like Franco's luck had run out, and the podium finishes were slipping away. Despite these difficulties, Colapinto never lost his fighting spirit. He displayed remarkable resilience, pushing through the tough weekends and learning from every setback. His breakthrough came at Monza, where he finally claimed his first Formula 3 win. It was a victory that symbolized his perseverance throughout the season, a reminder that even in the most challenging of times, his talent could shine through. These experiences shaped Franco into a mentally tough and resilient driver. He learned to manage the emotional roller coaster of motorsport, dealing with the highs of victories and the crushing lows of missed opportunities. Each setback taught him how to remain focused, how to dig deeper when things were not going his way, and how to stay patient in the face of adversity. It is this mental toughness that has made Franco Colapinto one of the most promising talents in motorsport, and it will continue to serve him well as he climbs closer to his dream of Formula One. Franco Colapinto's major achievements in junior motorsport, particularly in the FIA Formula 3 Championship, have been defining moments in his rise toward Formula One. These victories and standout performances not only set him apart from his peers, but also showcased his immense potential, eventually propelling him toward the prestigious Williams Driver Academy. Colapinto's first significant success came in the 2019 Spanish Formula 4 Championship, where, as a rookie, he dominated the season by securing 11 race victories and clinching the championship. This was the first time Franco made a major statement on the international stage, proving that he could adapt quickly to single-seater racing. His performance in F4 opened doors to higher categories, and by 2020, Franco had joined MP Motorsport in the fiercely competitive Formula Renault Eurocup. In Formula Renault Eurocup, Colapinto showcased his racing intelligence and adaptability. His standout win at Monza, one of motorsport's most iconic circuits, was a defining moment. Racing at Monza, often called the Temple of Speed, requires a unique blend of precision, strategy, and fearlessness, qualities Colapinto demonstrated when he outpaced more experienced rivals to take victory. His ability to find pace on such a difficult track marked him as a driver with serious potential. He finished third in the championship that season, showing remarkable growth as he progressed up the racing ladder. Colapinto's transition to the FIA Formula 3 Championship in 2022 was a pivotal moment in his career. Formula 3 is known for its fierce competition, with many of its drivers being closely watched by Formula 1 teams. Despite the challenge, Franco immediately made an impact. In his debut race weekend in Bahrain, Colapinto secured a pole position, marking him as a driver to watch. His raw speed and natural ability to extract the maximum performance from his car impressed both teams and fans alike. Throughout the 2022 season, Franco faced numerous setbacks, including mechanical issues and race incidents, but he responded with resilience and grit. His breakthrough moment came at Monza, again proving his skill at this legendary circuit, where he took his first Formula 3 race victory. This win was particularly significant not only because it was his first in the series, but because it confirmed that, despite the challenges of the season, Colapinto had the ability to rise above and perform under pressure. Monza had now become a special place in Franco's career, a circuit where his raw talent had repeatedly shone through. Colapinto's performances in FIA Formula 3 caught the attention of the motorsport community and laid the groundwork for his next major achievement, joining the Williams Driver Academy in 2023. Being signed by Williams, one of Formula One's most historic teams, was a dream come true for Franco. For a driver from Argentina, a country with a deep motorsport history but no recent Formula One presence, this achievement carried personal and national significance. To join a team like Williams, which has produced legendary drivers like Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell, was a validation of his talent and hard work. It symbolized that Colapinto was on the right path, and it brought him one step closer to realizing his dream of racing in Formula One. The Williams Driver Academy is known for nurturing young talent and preparing them for the rigors of Formula One. For Franco, this association meant access to invaluable resources, including cutting-edge training programs, simulator work, and mentorship from experienced professionals within the team. It also placed him on the radar of the Formula One paddock, positioning him as a potential future star. Personally, joining Williams was a culmination of Franco's lifelong dream and the sacrifices he and his family had made to reach this level. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career, one that brought him closer to becoming the first Argentine driver in Formula One since the legendary Carlos Reutemann. For Franco, this achievement was not just about joining a team, it was about carrying the hopes of a country with a rich motorsport legacy and proving that he belonged among the best in the world. Franco Colapinto's major achievements in Formula 4, Formula Renault, and Formula 3, combined with his relentless work ethic, have set him apart as one of the most promising drivers of his generation. His ability to perform in high-pressure situations, win races at iconic tracks, and overcome adversity has made him a standout talent. Now, as part of the Williams Driver Academy, Franco is on the cusp of fulfilling his Formula One dream, with a future that looks increasingly bright. Franco Colapinto's major achievements in junior motorsport, particularly in the FIA Formula 3 Championship, have been defining moments in his rise toward Formula One. These victories and standout performances not only set him apart from his peers, but also showcased his immense potential, eventually propelling him toward the prestigious Williams Driver Academy. Colapinto's first significant success came in the 2019 Spanish Formula 4 Championship, where, as a rookie, he dominated the season by securing 11 race victories and clinching the championship. This was the first time Franco made a major statement on the international stage, proving that he could adapt quickly to single-seater racing. His performance in F4 opened doors to higher categories, and by 2020, Franco had joined MP Motorsport in the fiercely competitive Formula Renault Eurocup. In Formula Renault Eurocup, Colapinto showcased his racing intelligence and adaptability. His standout win at Monza, one of motorsport's most iconic circuits, was a defining moment. Racing at Monza, often called the Temple of Speed, requires a unique blend of precision, strategy, and fearlessness, qualities Colapinto demonstrated when he outpaced more experienced rivals to take victory. His ability to find pace on such a difficult track marked him as a driver with serious potential. He finished third in the championship that season, showing remarkable growth as he progressed up the racing ladder. Colapinto's transition to the FIA Formula 3 Championship in 2022 was a pivotal moment in his career. Formula 3 is known for its fierce competition, with many of its drivers being closely watched by Formula 1 teams. Despite the challenge, Franco immediately made an impact. In his debut race weekend in Bahrain, Colapinto secured a pole position, marking him as a driver to watch. His raw speed and natural ability to extract the maximum performance from his car impressed both teams and fans alike. Throughout the 2022 season, Franco faced numerous setbacks, including mechanical issues and race incidents, but he responded with resilience and grit. His breakthrough moment came at Monza, again proving his skill at this legendary circuit, where he took his first Formula 3 race victory. This win was particularly significant not only because it was his first in the series, but because it confirmed that, despite the challenges of the season, Colapinto had the ability to rise above and perform under pressure. Monza had now become a special place in Franco's career, a circuit where his raw talent had repeatedly shone through. Colapinto's performances in FIA Formula 3 caught the attention of the motorsport community and laid the groundwork for his next major achievement, joining the Williams Driver Academy in 2023. Being signed by Williams, one of Formula One's most historic teams, was a dream come true for Franco. For a driver from Argentina, a country with a deep motorsport history but no recent Formula One presence, this achievement carried personal and national significance. To join a team like Williams, which has produced legendary drivers like Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell, was a validation of his talent and hard work. It symbolized that Colapinto was on the right path, and it brought him one step closer to realizing his dream of racing in Formula One. The Williams Driver Academy is known for nurturing young talent and preparing them for the rigors of Formula One. For Franco, this association meant access to invaluable resources, including cutting-edge training programs, simulator work, and mentorship from experienced professionals within the team. It also placed him on the radar of the Formula One paddock, positioning him as a potential future star. Personally, joining Williams was a culmination of Franco's lifelong dream and the sacrifices he and his family had made to reach this level. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career, one that brought him closer to becoming the first Argentine driver in Formula One since the legendary Carlos Reutemann. For Franco, this achievement was not just about joining a team, it was about carrying the hopes of a country with a rich motorsport legacy and proving that he belonged among the best in the world. Franco Colapinto's major achievements in Formula 4, Formula Renault, and Formula 3, combined with his relentless work ethic, have set him apart as one of the most promising drivers of his generation. His ability to perform in high-pressure situations, win races at iconic tracks, and overcome adversity has made him a standout talent. Now, as part of the Williams Driver Academy, Franco is on the cusp of fulfilling his Formula One dream, with a future that looks increasingly bright. Although Franco Colapinto's career is still in its early stages, his trajectory in motorsport looks incredibly promising. The young Argentinian has already earned a reputation as one of the most talented drivers of his generation, consistently showing the kind of speed, racercraft, and adaptability that set future champions apart. In a short span, Colapinto has caught the attention of both the motorsport community and his peers, who see him as a serious contender for Formula One in the coming years. Among his fellow drivers, Franco is known not only for his natural ability behind the wheel but also for his relentless work ethic and calm demeanor under pressure. His peers respect his ability to perform in high-stakes situations, particularly when he's driving under difficult circumstances, as he did during his rookie FIA Formula 3 season. Despite setbacks, he has maintained a positive attitude and never wavered in his focus, earning admiration for his resilience. This mental toughness, combined with his raw pace, has set him apart as a driver who is built for the rigors of top-tier racing. The motorsport community, too, views Colapinto as a potential star. His performances in junior categories, particularly his wins and podiums in highly competitive series like Formula Renault Eurocup and FIA Formula 3, have demonstrated that he possesses the skills necessary to compete at the highest levels. His ability to adapt quickly to new machinery, maximize opportunities, and deliver standout performances at critical moments has earned him praise from teams and engineers. By joining the Williams Driver Academy in 2023, Colapinto has solidified his status as one of the brightest talents on the path to Formula One. Franco's motivations for reaching Formula One go beyond personal glory. For him, representing Argentina in the highest level of motorsport is a matter of national pride. Argentina has a deep history in Formula One, with Juan Manuel Fangio's 5 world championships setting the gold standard for excellence. However, the country has not had a driver on the Formula One grid since Carlos Reutemann in the early 1980s. Colapinto is determined to change that, becoming the next Argentine to break through and carry the legacy of his country's motorsport heritage onto the global stage. This ambition drives him to push harder with every race, knowing that his success could inspire the next generation of Argentinian drivers. Colapinto's future trajectory seems aligned with a potential Formula One seat, particularly through his connection with Williams. The team, known for its history of producing young talent, could offer him the opportunity to make his Formula One debut in the next few years. His time in the Williams Driver Academy will be critical in shaping his development, providing him with access to top-level engineering expertise, simulators, and mentorship. If he continues to progress at his current rate, it is not hard to imagine Franco being considered for a race seat, especially as Formula One teams increasingly look to young, adaptable drivers who can help drive development forward. As Franco's career develops, his legacy is already beginning to take shape. He is becoming a symbol of hope for aspiring young drivers in Argentina and South America as a whole. For many years, motorsport in the region struggled due to the lack of local representation in Formula One, but Franco is changing that narrative. By competing in top-tier junior categories and performing at a high level, he has shown that it is possible for South American drivers to break into European-dominated motorsport with enough determination, skill, and hard work. Beyond his immediate goal of reaching Formula One, Franco hopes to make a lasting impact as a role model for young drivers from his home country. By showing that an Argentinian driver can rise through the ranks and compete with the best in the world, he is paving the way for future talents who dream of following in his footsteps. His story demonstrates the importance of perseverance, family support, and belief in one's abilities, and it is already inspiring a new generation of karting and junior Formula drivers across Argentina. Franco Colapinto's journey is still unfolding, but his impact on the world of motorsport is already clear. With his eye on a future Formula One seat, he remains focused, driven, and prepared for the challenges ahead. Whether with Williams or another top team, Colapinto's potential is undeniable, and his rise will continue to be watched closely by fans, teams, and drivers alike. Ultimately, he hopes to leave behind a legacy that not only honors Argentina's proud motorsport tradition but also propels its future into the global spotlight.